The reason I'm making this video right now is because I recently had an argument with someone who was adamant on telling me that ENTJs can be 8s and the kind of weaknesses that ENTJs usually have do not apply to ENTJs who happen to be Enneagram 8, which is complete bullshit. I will explain in this video why this combination is impossible and which types ExTJs, I'm referring to both ENTJs and ESTJs, can be. First, let's understand how the mindset of a TE DOM works. TE is a logical and extroverted function, and TE DOMs want to impose their logic on themselves and others so that everything works effectively. TE DOMs judge others based on how well they can do a task. They want to influence others' actions and decisions with their logic. And they want people to live their lives logically and practically within society so that society can function well, or at least in a way that validates their thinking. They point fingers and are critical towards people because they care about others and want to improve their lives, right? I'm talking about the healthy ones. Unhealthy TE DOMs are very confrontational and are very rigid and can go against anyone who goes against their explained logical way of life. Because of this mindset, people think that ExTJs can be Enneagram 8. But I'm about to tell you, an 8's mindset is not like that at all. In fact, the mindset of a TE DOM matches with the Enneagram 1 the most. Let's talk about 8s. The fixation of type 8 is lust. Lust means craving to experience life fully, craving for any pleasure life can offer. It can be drinking, driving fast, fighting, pursuing a romantic interest, having a lot of sex, breaking rules, taking drugs, partying, picking fights with people, and basically not giving a fuck about anything or anyone. Type 8s live their lives like this. Type 8 does not care what people are doing with their lives, and they don't care about society either. They are antisocial. In fact, Type 8s don't even bother to share their point of view or explain their actions to anyone who is not important to them. They just live carefree. E8s can be extremely aggressive and combative only when someone tries to stop them from living their life their way or restrict their freedom. That's why it's said that 8s don't want to be controlled. So, Enneagram 8 is like this. If you understand it well, you will realize that apart from leaving out the SC DOMs, ESTP and ESFP, no other type can actually be in type 8. The INTJ 8, ISTP 8, ENTP 8, INFP 8, all of these are impossible. Now, if you want, I can explain all of these combinations individually. You can ask me in the comments. Now, these are the types ExTJs can be. First is E1, Enneagram 1, sexual and social subtype. The entire mindset of a TE DOM matches with E1. Most mistyped 8s are E1s. E1 also wants to change people and improve society through their actions and words. Next on the list is E3, social and self-preservation subtype. E3 also judges people based on how well they can do a task. E3 hates lazy people and advocates for people to become more efficient. E6, social and sexual subtype. E6 is a systematic and methodical person. Their point of view is very black and white, and they strategically overcome any real world problem with thinking, studying, and visualizing goals. They also criticize people who do things without thinking and advise them to use common sense. So, I think I've made myself clear, but let us look at a few examples who are currently typed a TE-DOM 8 on the internet. The first is Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is extremely critical. He's extremely perfectionistic in his work, and he is very rigid towards other people, what they're allowed to do and how they're allowed to do it, how they're allowed to cook in his kitchen. So he's all about perfecting his environment and perfecting people and their work in his environment. So he's a perfectionist. He is a very aggressive sexual one. A lot of people don't know this, but sexual ones are really confrontational, and they're very, very aggressive, and they're usually very logical as well. So usually when a type 8 and a sexual one are in the same room, you know that shit is about to go down. Another example is Ultron. Ultron from Avengers Age of Ultron. So a lot of people think that this guy is an ENTJ 8. I don't think so. This guy is also an ENTJ sexual one. Why? Let me tell you why. This guy is created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, I think. I don't remember the movie exactly. But he's created, and as soon as he's born into this world, he analyzes the world. He analyzes the human civilization, and he realizes that human civilization is absolutely shit. And he decides that he is going to erase them completely from this world and build a new world, a better world, a more perfect world that will be lived in and ruled by robots and AI. So that's his goal. His goal is literally building a perfect world by exterminating the bad, the morally corrupt species, which are humans. So those are just two examples. I can go on and on about this. There is Tywin Lannister, by the way. Tywin Lannister is typed as an ENTJ 8 wing 9. But he's also a sexual one. He's also a sexual one. He is not reckless. He's not driven by lust. He's not driven by any craving. He's not hedonistic. He's very logical. He's very methodical. He's also pretty much the same as Gordon Ramsay and Ultron, but he's more experienced and he's more reserved and he's more controlled in his actions. So most of these ExTJ 8 types, they are not ExTJ 8s, they're ExTJ, either social ones, or most of the time they're social 3, and as from the examples that I've given, they are sexual E1s. That's it. In conclusion, just because E8 is a dominant personality and ExTJs are also dominant personalities does not mean that ExTJs can be E8. These personalities are dominant. They are dominant for different reasons. ExTJs want to lead people systematically, and E8s, Enneagram 8s, want to live their life their way without any restriction, without any control, without any limitation, right? Being controlled by other people, you got the point. I did not make a script for this video. This was off the cuff. But that's it for today. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. Thank you for watching.